This is the Mimio training video by Bridget Egan. I'm using a Mac, so it might be different on your PC, but all the general tools will be the same. If you look at this little notebook with a paintbrush up here, that's going to be probably the same icon you'll have, but it'll be in your start menu. You normally press like the big window thing that's normally down here. You'll press it and start, and that will pop up. So first we have our setup. So because we all are getting Mimio, we should have them already installed on your computer. If not, there is a CD that comes with it, and it's pretty easy to install, or just ask Ashir to do it and he'll do it for you. One of your first things you need to do is plug in the actual Mimio. It's like a big white bar thing, and it is able to attach to any magnetic surface, so like your whiteboard, and you would just put it up, and I like it to the left about 6 to 7 inches of where you're going to be using it, just so you have a little space on either side. You're going to put it up there, you're going to plug it in. There's a little USB port on the bottom, like a mini USB. Make sure that's plugged into the actual USB in the bottom of the Mimio, and then plug in the cord into an outlet. And then there is a USB drive which you will plug into your computer that you will be using. And then make sure your computer display, the HD15 cable, is plugged in. And the HD cable, it looks like this. It has all these pins, and you will probably find it in the back of your computer. There is, or should be, a giant cord that comes down from your ceiling, and that will plug in to your computer, so that way your computer can talk to the projector, and that way you can use your projector with the Mimio. So if you don't have that, then this is kind of useless. Next, to use your pen with the Mimio, you need to make sure that the piece of plastic sticking out of the pen is taken out. It lets the battery work. On the actual Mimio, you need to press the top button, and that'll let you calibrate your board. Make sure that your board, where the projection is, there's nothing in the way. Like, I have a screen that comes down, and that would be kind of, I guess, not great for your screen, because then you wouldn't be able to see all the image. So if you do need to move it, you can use your small remote that belongs to your projector, and it's called digital zoom. It's in one of the menus, and you might need to zoom out. Mine was too big and it wasn't really in place, so I needed to do a little fiddling around with the size of the projection. Once you do calibrate your board, you press the top button, and there's going to be these little circles with X's in them. You'll just press the tip of your Mimio pen into those circles that show up. They're going to be in the corners of your board, like top left, top right, bottom, over here, in the middle. So it'll show you where it is, so that way your pen will know the borders of your screen. Now that you're all set up, I'm going to show you about all the awesome features that are available on the Mimio. These are just some of my favorites that I've been playing with recently. First, let's look at the tools. This is the toolbar. To get to mine, I click on this and I press Tools. Pops up. Here's my real one. Here's a picture of it. So this right here, this is the selector. That's how we choose things. It's kind of just like the mouse. This is a zoom, makes things bigger and smaller. This one over here, that's the pen. It also turns into a brush if you click on it. So if you want something real, I don't want to mess with that. If you want something to draw on something, you can make it as a brush. I will show you how to do that actually right now. You click this one down here. It takes a picture of the screen. It's called screen annotation. And then you can use your brush or the pen. I like the way the brush looks, so I'm going to draw with that. Wow, that's cool. Wow, neat. Or the pen, like this. Or if I don't want it as thick, I can change the line width down here, thick, thin, whatever I want. I can change the color, all of that. If I want to add text, I press this little T over here. I can say, Mimio is fun. Cool, that's nice, right? Everyone likes text. This is the highlighter. You can use that over your text. Wow, that's very important. We need to make sure that's highlighted. We have this shape tool over here. It does all sorts of lines, arrows, shapes, even has shape recognition, which I think is really cool. So if you have children drawing shapes on the board, it should recognize what shape it is and turn it into a real shape. It's not working really well right now. Let's see. There we go. That's a real shape. That's a square. I didn't draw it that perfectly. That makes nice like circle. That's a terrible circle. Might do better. This one. There we go. That's a good circle. So it takes a little practice getting used to it. You can use the eraser to get rid of all the drawings that you've done. If you want to get rid of shapes and stuff, there's like a little trash can that normally appears if you're in a regular screen, not the screen annotation part. This is to insert files or a screen clipping. So if I want to do a screen clipping, I might pull up something other. I'm going to close out of this one. This is the screen capture one. Close out of that. I would have just my notebook open. This is the notebook here. And this is where you're going to be doing most of your stuff. So if I had a screen capture or a screen clipping, let's say I wanted to get something from the internet. Say, oh cool, let's look up this neat thing. This is Zenith Academy. I want to take a screen clipping of this. This is our little logo here. Hey, there it is. And now it's here, so I can draw on it. I can make arrows. I can highlight it. All the things I was showing you before. If you want to do this fill, you have to do a shape of sorts first, and then you can color it in with what you like. Down here, there is this thing. It has solid dash and square dot. I was going to use this to do things like tracing shapes for kids who need to practice that, or drawing, straight lines. So you can see how that works. This is for transparency. So maybe if you are working on like, I guess, shapes here, you can make it more transparent or less transparent. You can overlay it on something so they can see through it. And then here is one of my other favorite things. This button here is the gallery, and the gallery has a ton of cool stuff. In the images, you can find coins and symbols, numbers, letters, flags, animals, plants, game pieces, basically anything you would use as a manipulative, but it's a picture now. There's lots of cool stuff. I would not recommend trying to scroll through this with your Mimio pen because it doesn't give you a lot of control, but you can always search in here. So if I want to find a penny, I can just search penny and up it goes. Also, in your gallery, you have, where'd it go? Oh, I need to get out of penny. We have templates. Templates are really cool. I'm going to make a new page so you can see what there are to do in the templates. In the templates, there are calendars and backgrounds and games, and if you're a coach, there's even fields. There's like ecology and space and writing paper, graph paper, all sorts of stuff. We could use our number writing paper here. We can practice our numbers. We can use this solar system. You can have it empty, you can have it filled. I'm going to show you the empty one. You can place planets and stuff there. This is the filled one. Puts it all up. We have short O sound, which is filled up, and short O sound, which is, oh, well, it's not showing up because I need to make a new one because it won't show over the top of this. But yeah, there's a lot of really cool stuff on here. Let's say you don't want something anymore. There's this trash can. You just pull it down into there and it disappears. So that's the templates. There's lots of cool things you can do with those. And then here is the multimedia, and this is where stuff gets really cool. There's a flash player. There's lots of sounds that you can do. There's this musical keyboard which I was playing with and having a lot of fun. Yes, I'm an adult, but this stuff is awesome. Look at this. You can have it play it back. It's a lot of fun. You can change whatever it is. You probably won't be using that, but either way, fun. Number Cop is a great game to play. It has addition, subtraction, multiples of whatever. It doesn't matter. You just enter a number, goes Number Cop, and you can start your game, and you can do multiples of 2, 3, 4. There's other games, fractions, perfect squares, rational numbers, prime numbers. I mean, this would be good for probably 3rd grade and up, I'd say. A lot of fun. I was playing with it the other day. It might be the new Angry Birds. We'll see. There's even songs on here, Over the River. They had bingo, quadratic equations. There's lots of crazy stuff on here that you could use in your classroom. So that's just in the gallery. There's more things in here that we don't really have yet. If you take the screenshot with what I was showing you before in the tools, that little, it's like the green pen in the square, this one. Remember when we did that and we took a picture of the screen? If you have that, it will be shown in your screen annotations, and you can say, hey, I want to look back at what I was doing on Thursday, August 14th. So you can do that. You can bring it up. Remember when we did that? Yeah. So that's already there. You can delete the whole thing. Take it to the trash. Delete parts of it. Doesn't matter. Close that out. No, I don't want to save changes. So that's all the stuff you can do with the gallery. We're going to go back to tools, and I'm going to show you these. Reveal. It kind of covers up the screen, so if you don't want to show parts of it, and you can say, oh, okay, we're only going to look at this part of the screen. Maybe there's answers down here. Maybe we're only supposed to be reading part of the text. You can do it from any side. It's pretty cool. Exit out of that. You can do a spotlight where you're focusing on one thing, make it bigger, make it smaller. You exit out of that. We can do text tools, which is especially cool if you are trying to type something. Like I'll make a new tab here, and I can use my text tools, and I can write in here, and I can say hi, and it should show up in there. Sometimes I don't write well enough. Let's see if we can go to Google. G-O. See, it's going to Google. And we can just click that and go to Google if we feel so inclined. So if you are up at the board, you can use this. You can write in it. It does your handwriting into typing, which I think is pretty cool. So you don't have to be running all the time back to your computer. I would not recommend it for actually typing because it is kind of a pain, but it's good for quick little things like that. Quick vote, we don't all have the voting machines recorder. That's what I'm actually doing this on. You just press it and then there's a little record button. You press the red circle and it pops up. And then view is if you have, it's like an Elmo, but it's for the Mimio, and it's a document camera. You can hook it up and basically have the document shown on your screen and use the Mimio with it. More tools, calculator, it is just as it says, and web browser brings up your web browser if you don't already have it in your dock or in your start menu. So that's all the tools. Up here we have the gradebook. Gradebook is pretty cool because you can open it up and you can make a class. I already made my class 1A 2014-2015. I can add a class. I can add students to my class by pressing this plus and then a blue guy. Let's say John Smith is in my class. I can put his address and such in there. And then if I want to look at a certain date, look at all the assignments that were on that date. We took a test. He got a 18 out of 25, and his homework he didn't do so hot on. I can put that in there. I can look at all the dates at once. I can say I went to the 11th. His math test he got 19 on. Or the 14th, he got 5 out of 5 points on his homework. So I can choose the date, and let's say John Smith's mom comes in and she wants to know exactly how well John Smith is doing. You can click right here to the left of his name and you can generate a report. You say OK, and it pops up over here. It has all of the assignments that he's done, his the amount of points he got on it, and his score, and then his average for everything he's done. If you had multiple classes, like you would in the upper grades, you would be able to make multiple classes. So if you had first period science, you'd be able to make a new class. You'd say choose class. I'd say this one, class information. So let's do, I do science, 9th grade, first period. And I could add that there. I could add all my students. I could add assignments. So once you add a student, you can add assignments. Homework, chapter 1. And I can choose that it's a homework, what date it was, how many points I gave them. I can put in their assignment. Click on you have to do choose date to find the assignment, because that shows all the assignments that have ever happened. You click this one, you got a 3 out of 5, shows up as everything there. It's pretty easy. It'll be easier once you add all your kids, and then you can go from there. It's kind of awkward for me to be just randomly adding things in here. Once you are done with a class, you can delete it from your book. You don't have to keep the class forever if you mess up. You can actually import classes and students and export classes and students if you wanted to put in an Excel drive or anything. Yeah, you can do a class report, which I think is cool, see how the whole class is doing, kind of like we learned in Illuminate. That's about it. If you have any questions, you can always look them up on Google or ask me. Overall, this is a pretty cool program. The things down here are just you know, right click if you're up at the board and you want to, you know, copy or paste something, you do right click on there. This is to exit from interactive mode or to recalibrate if like your screen is being wonky. This is the mouse mode, which I'm in right now because it's easier to do on your computer, obviously. And this one is to take the screen capture pictures so you can draw on top of your screen if you're at your computer or whatever, if you just want to keep your screen the same. So that's it.